Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And that's your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from Breitbart.com. Kinzinger. Yeah, that genius. Him and Liz Cheney are the two Republicans, or supposedly Republicans, that voted for impeachment twice. And they're also on the January 6th Insurrection Committee. These guys are idiots. You're going to see at the end of this what they did to them. Kinzinger, Trump, he's from Illinois, by the way. Trump was pushing DOJ to do horrific things. Like what? Do everything within the law? You just didn't like the result. You got Trump out. Okay. Representative Adam Kinzinger, Republican from Illinois, and that's a very small R, said Sunday on CNN's State of the Union that former President Donald Trump was pushing for the Department of Justice to do horrific things. Let's turn to January 6th committee, Jake Tapper said. I want to take a listen to what President Biden said on Friday. In a video, the reporter asked, what's your message to the people who defy congressional subpoenas? When they're a witch hunt and is done for political purposes only, what's your message? Don't do it. I hope the committee goes after them and holds them accountable, Biden said. Should they prosecute? Biden, absolutely, yes. Tapper. The Justice Department later clarified they would make their decisions based on the law and on the facts. Yeah. What it is who you support and what letters in front of your name. Do you think it's appropriate for President Biden to say that? Does it make your job in the committee more difficult? Well, what they did was they put two Republicans, this loser, Kinzinger, and Liz Cheney. Those are the two Republicans, the only two Republicans on the entire committee. Both hate Trump's guts and both hate any one of his allies. So that's considered bipartisan today. I mean, it's ridiculous. Now, the 40-odd% that would do anything progressive Democrats want believe that, yeah, sure, it's bipartisan. They're just being patriots. And the rest of the Republicans are just in a cult of Trump. Please. I think it's appropriate. The president has every right to signal. I think he has every right to make it clear where the administration stands. You can't know. When you're doing an investigation for supposedly criminal activity, the president can't chime in, just like the Congress people around a certain trial, because you can't use the name, were threatening to go after jurors, the judge, anybody that's involved. You can't make that known. Kinzinger said, I think it's appropriate. God knows the prior administration every 2 hours was trying to signal the Justice Department that do with other pretty horrific things. These horrific things are never really spelled out. He wanted Vice President Pence not to certify the electors. There was one precedent, Nixon Kennedy. It was about Hawaii. It's a little complicated, but there was some states that weren't sure, where they sent the certification in and some of the legislatures changed their mind. It was a mess, to be sure. They were just trying to use the law to their advantage. Trump sees as an outsider. He's not a government person, thank God. So he sees things differently than insiders. It doesn't make it unlawful. It doesn't make it horrific. I think the president made it clear we need answers to this. I think the vast majority of Americans agree. No, the vast majority of the side that agrees with you, the other 45-odd% plus, you don't care about what they think. And that is the problem. This potential criminal contempt referral for Steve Bannon is the first shot over the bow. It's very real. Dun, dun, dun. I got to throw that in. It says to everybody else coming before the committee, don't think you're going to be able to just kind of walk away and we're going to forget about you. We're not. Now, here's the thing. Where's the investigation on all the FBI, DOJ people, Justice Department, that sent to the FISA court to spy on candidate Trump and then later President Trump, that sent false information to FISA judges, secret, by the way, sealed. You could never see them. You could never see where they got the information from. Does that make the judges a kangaroo court? Not necessarily, because they believe the people in the intelligence service that gave them the information. But here's the thing. Once they found out later that those were lies, which is a felony. What happened? This. I consider that pretty horrific. Spying on a presidential candidate. It doesn't matter who it is. Spying on a presidential candidate and then later a president of the United States is horrific. Without cause. Lie. Lie to judges to get warrants for surveillance, cell phone records, and the like. Oh, your emails, everything. It's horrific. Done behind closed doors. You can never get an accountability of it, and nobody went to jail. I consider those things horrific. Anyway, the kind of the end of this story, as you can see on the right there, this mental pygmy, Kinzinger. Let's see what happened to him, the genius that he is. Remember, he is a Republican, so it's probably Southern Illinois, or it's rural. Let's see what the Democrats in Illinois did to him. And there he is, crying about the insurrection. It's a bunch of asshats that got stupid, smashed some windows and doors. It's still up in the air who actually did the damage, who actually smashed windows and busted in doors. 99.9% of them were just people walking around gawking. Caused very little damage considering the hundreds of people that were in there. And there he is crying about it. What a great actor. Great actor. And how did he get repaid by these Democrats? Did he stab his own people in the back? Democrats repaying anti-Trump Republican Adam Kinzinger with redistricting, which will probably end his career. Yeah, Adam, dude. Now, they can't redistrict Liz Cheney because there really is only one congressional person from Wyoming. I believe they have two now. I'm not sure. Can't line her out because the whole state's one district. And that's the way it goes. You get two senators and a minimum of one congressman. Let's read on. Republican Representative Adam Kinzinger of Illinois was a useful idiot for the Democrats for a while. They loved him when they needed him to cry about Trump in front of cameras. Now, not so much. The average around his district was going to force him to run against a Democrat, meaning he will probably lose. He might be the only person who was surprised by this. Yeah. Well, we got done using you idiot. This is the way progressive Democrats roll. They have absolutely no loyalty. All they have a loyalty to is their ideology and power and control. The latter more than the former. Kinzinger's House career could be overdue to map redistricting proposals. Representative Kinzinger said Friday he would review all options after Democrats in Illinois' General Assembly released a proposed congressional map that would end his time in the White House. In the House. Now, don't think for a minute that Nancy Pelosi's fingerprints are all over this. Of course they are. Because they are so scared they're going to get wiped off the face of the earth in next year's midterms. They're going to grab every single seat they can and hope it's close. They'll do it in Southern California. They'll do it in Southern Illinois. The deep blue states that have deep red areas in them, i.e. Eastern Washington State, Eastern Oregon, parts of Southern California, parts of Upper Northern California. And you see that around Texas. Of course, their state houses are run by Republicans, so the chance of that happening are pretty much zero. But the state houses that are run by deep blue progressive Democrats are going to gerrymander the hell out of everything, give gerrymandering a whole new name. And so one of two Republicans that stood out that were going to do the right thing and go after the criminal Donald Trump, which was all BS. It was all showmanship. So their reward to him, they lined out his district and made it impossible for him to win again. Adam, you idiot. Idiot. When you side with dishonorable people, that's what happens. In a statement, Kinzinger, a Republican, said, I have probably served 6 terms in the U.S. House, and it's been an honor to do so. Served, past tense. Following release of the new congressional maps for Illinois, my team and I will spend some time looking them over and reviewing all the options, including those outside the House, Kinzinger said. This redistricting process has been anything but transparent, which comes as no surprise to anyone. I believe the people of Illinois deserve better. Are you stupid? Are you stupid, really? Anything but transparent. Well, all the committees you sit on, that you were the token Republican, you and Liz Cheney, all those committees that were all for political effect. Same with the 2 fake impeachments. They were anything but transparent as well. All the FISA warrants, spying on a presidential candidate and then later a president, they weren't transparent either, but you didn't mind any of those. Interesting. What do you think Democrats were going to do? Yeah, of course, you idiot. Illinois Democrats reward never Trump Adam Kinzinger by redrawing district to end his career. You know, when I had my store for over 20 years in upstate New York, in a kind of a low-income area, there used to be a sign that hung above my register that was there for years and years and years. And all it said was, no good deed goes unpunished. Instead, in this case, it might be reversed. No bad deed, or I should say bad deeds, are always punished, at least in theory. So, Adam, you got what you want. Trump's not president. They relined you out. They changed the lines all around, so your district is now heavy red. They gerrymandered you out as a reward for being one of the token Republicans to at least give the sham that this whole thing was bipartisan against Trump and the insurrectionists that try to take over the government. Wait a minute. Hang on. Yeah. Now, this laughter button is really long, so I'll let it run. Yeah, it is funny. It is funny. Adam, dude, what'd you expect? What'd you expect, really? What are you going to do now? It's amazing to me. The progressives have no honor. As soon as they use people to achieve power, they throw them away like garbage. Maybe not voting the rest of the Republicans' way. Maybe voting president or not being there at all might have been a better tack for you because they were going to line you out, redistrict you out anyway. So those rhinos out there, this is a nice example of what happens when you side against your own people with evil intent. Intent being power only, and they don't care how they get it. So life lesson earned, Representative Kinzinger. What goes around comes around. Maybe you'll be on a Trivial Pursuit card someday, and people won't remember your name. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.